Before we go any further, let's just stop and think about conversion rates for a moment. Now, say your website is converting at 0.5%. Might be more, might be less, but let's say 0.5%. If you increase that conversion rate to 1%, you've instantly doubled your profits without spending any more money on advertising or driving traffic. If I then double it again to say 2%, I've quadrupled my profits. That's not unfeasible. You can seriously expect, a 2% conversion rate. You could get there. You could even get up to 4%, in which case you multiplied your profits by 8%. If I double my traffic as well, if I increase my traffic levels, then what have I done? My profits can go absolutely crazy. If I increase my conversion rate from 0.5% to 4% and double my traffic, I've increased my profits effectively by 16 times. So my website that was earning me $100 a month is suddenly earning me $1,600 a month. Conversion rates are very, very important. You see, what most people do is they create a website, they throw it up there, drive a bit of traffic, go, yeah, that'll do, and move on. Now, if you're doing that, you're leaving money on the table. If you spend a little bit of time tweaking your website, you can actually turn each website into a full-time income. It really, really is. Now, the conversion rate is basically how many buyers it takes to get a sale or action, whatever it is. If you want an AdSense clicker, a CPA sale, a product sale, an autoresponder sign up, whatever it might be. It's how many people it takes to come to your website before you get a buyer, basically. It's usually measured in a percentage. So that's why we've talked about percentages. It's, 0.5% means 1 in every 200 visitors buys from you, basically. 1% means 1 in 100 buy from you. So if you're getting 100 visitors a week, you can expect 1 buyer a week if your conversion rate is 1%. If you're getting 100 visitors a day, you can expect 1 a day. So you can see how this all works. What you will find is what we call a plateau. It's a point basically where you can't improve your conversion rate anymore. You can work and get it to so high, but you can only ever get so high. You will never ever get 100%. And to be honest with internet marketing, you may, depending on what you're doing with some CPA offers and AdSense, you may get click-through rates, conversion rates as high as 20 or 30%, but you're not going to get a massive number. Don't aim for 100. You're not going to get there. Get it up to a point where it's doing well and you can't improve it anymore, and just leave it there. That's all you need to do. There's always going to be people that are coming along to kick tires and just have a look. There will always be that. So remember, you're never ever going to get 100% conversion rate. You're probably never going to get far beyond 50, and depending on what you're doing, sales letter, if you get 5%, that's considered outstanding. AdSense 20 to 30%, that's considered pretty good. So just be aware that with all this work, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to say, right, that's enough, that's good enough, let's move on. Now, unfortunately, too many marketers ignore conversion rates. Most of us, we're in such a hurry, we want to create those sites, get them out there, get it out there, get it out there, get it out there, and we don't actually create the sites. It's a real problem if people don't improve the conversion rates. As I showed you previously, if I double my traffic and double my conversion rate, I've taken a $100 a month site up to, say, $400. It's not unheard of for me to be able to take that up to even more. So, a lot of marketers ignore conversion rates because they're in such a hurry to create sites, and they don't think about the fact that if they spend a bit of time improving the conversion rate on every single site they created, they could probably earn an awful lot of money from it. They are really leaving money on the table. My site that's bringing me in $100 a month, if I could bring that up, I could bring that up to $800 by spending a few weeks tweaking and playing with the conversion rate. That suddenly becomes a major earner instead of pizza money for the month or something. Wherever your position is now as an internet marketer, if you sat down, looked at your current websites and worked on improving the conversion rates, you could probably significantly increase your income. You really, really could. It isn't too difficult for you to do. So I just want you to think about that, look at your current websites and see how can you increase your conversion rate on them. Are they performing as best as they could, or could they do better? What we've said this before, and I think it's a very, very important point. The conversion rate can make the difference between you having a bit of a hobby online and the extra money for pizza and beer and having a full-time income. If you sat down, if you got 10, 20 websites already, if you sat down and spent some time concentrating on them and making them convert better, you could probably have a full-time income from those websites that you already have. It's the potential is that significant. So we've just had to talk about the conversion rates, and now you understand why the successful marketers, the big name marketers, the gurus if you like, track their conversion rates. They know their conversion rate for every single site, every offer that they promote, and they track it religiously. It's literally a part of their religion. They are absolutely dogged about it and will always track it. And because of that, they do very, very well. They're the ones that will test their conversion rates, test new things to try and improve their conversion rate, and sooner or later, they reach a point where they're converting very, very well. Now, if you spend some time on your conversion rates, you can increase your profits, you can increase your conversions, and it's going to make a huge difference to your online business. It really is. So, bear this in mind, this previous statement. As we're going through this program, I want you to think about the fact that by paying attention to your conversion rates, you could turn your online hobby into a full-time business. So think about it as we go through this. Conversion rates are very, very important, and you can significantly increase your income just by paying a bit of attention to your conversion rates.